Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so weird to be doing an intro to a video because it's been so long since I filmed. It's currently Friday, December 27th, and I have had a very good and relaxing week, to be honest. I haven't filmed anything, I haven't really worked that much, and I've just honestly been enjoying my holiday and my couple weeks off from the business. I am filming a reset video, but this video is going to be like my end of year reset, so it's probably going to be longer than my typical reset videos. We've got a lot of things on the reset to-do list. I have some year-end wrap-up things I want to do. I want to do some recap stuff for the business. I need to do the vision board. There's some organizing, some cleaning I have to do, not just in my office, but also like in my house in general. So there's gonna be a end of year reset. I'm so excited. I think I've already said this in multiple reset videos, but resetting is quite literally one of my favorite times of the end of the month, but also the end of the year is a perfect time to kind of get motivated to continue instilling good habits and practicing things that you want to, make your lifestyle. So I really love the end of the year to kind of reset and just get me more motivated to accomplish the goals that I'm setting for myself. I don't really believe in like the whole new year, new me kind of thing, but I do believe that the new year is a perfect time if there are things that you've been kind of putting off or things that you've been wanting to do for yourself and implement in your lifestyle. The new year is a very good time to start for those people who kind of need a little extra push to start working on their goals and themselves. I know for me, it's very difficult for me to work on myself and do things for myself. So the new year is definitely a place and a time where I find more motivation to help me kind of kickstart that good habit type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? So without further ado, I just kind of want to get started into my reset checklist. I currently have my phone open and Notion on my phone, and I'm going to go over what I have kind of set for myself today over the next couple of days. Honestly, I don't know if I'll get it all done today, but we'll try. I do still want to like play some games and hang out with my family today, but I do want to get started on some reset stuff. So this is the reset to-do list. I want to clean up the office and I want to take down the Christmas decorations in here. I've had these Christmas decorations for like 2 months, I think, maybe even a little more than that. So I think it's finally time that they come down because I just want a clean space, a fresh, clean space. So we're gonna get we're gonna get the bins out and we're gonna start packing stuff away. I also want to set up a new chair that I got for my office. I'm so excited to set it up and see what it looks like. So we'll do that. I also want to obviously set new goals for January, but I also want to plan some launches for the upcoming year. I also want to go and make my 2025 vision board and also set some quarterly goals. I didn't do this last year. I think I mentally did it, but I didn't do it with you guys, or I don't actually have anywhere where I wrote down my 2024 goals. So I want to really sit down and kind of make a plan of how I want to tackle 2025 and make sure that I am staying on track with the things I want to accomplish. And I find it a lot easier for myself if I have things written down and I can remind myself every single day what I'm working towards. And sometimes I fall off track and get into old, not so good habits. So I find that when I have things written down, it really does help me kind of remind me of like the things that I want to accomplish in the year and the good habits that I want to start practicing. I also want to recap some business stats from 2024 and kind of go over some stuff like finance wise and just overall business growth stats. I kind of want to do like maybe a 2024 wrapped. I'm also creating something like that for my Instagram as well, so we'll do that in this video. I obviously want to go over my finance review from December. It isn't really a lot because honestly I have not been working for like the last like 2-ish weeks, so it won't be a lot, but we'll still go over that because I did order a couple of things this month for a new launch. And I want to plan out content for January and also some YouTube video ideas. I want to do like a whole tech reset. So my phone screen has been cracked for like months. I want to clean my phone, wipe it down, do that to my work phone. I want to clear up my desktop and also my downloads folder on both my iMac and my laptop and just kind of have that all ready for the new year. Put my new wallpaper on and just kind of get that stuff sorted. Oh, and I also want to clean off all my SD cards and make sure I relabel them. I have a couple of videos that I filmed for Patreon, so I want to get those labeled. That way I know those ones still need to be edited. And then I also want to wipe off all of my old SD cards and just make sure they're fresh and clean and ready for more filming for you guys in the new year. And then I also want to reorganize my kitchen pantry. This has been something that I've been putting off for literally like the last 6 months. It is actually a mess and I do want to get to that today. I feel like that's kind of one of the main things I'm going to get done before we kind of sit down and do more of like the admin stuff, because it is it's crazy. You guys will see that it is a legitimate mess. We have so many things in there that aren't even kitchen related, and it needs to be cleaned so that I can have a peace of mind for the new year. So with all that being said, that is basically what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna honestly start with redoing the pantry just because it's been giving me the most anxiety with it being so messy. So I feel like that's what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna probably get my headphones, put them on, and maybe listen to a book or something while I do that, and then we're gonna knock this pantry out. It's currently 11:38, and so I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but it needs to be done. So it's gonna take me however long it needs to, because it needs to be clean. So let's go clean out my pantry. Okay, we're in my kitchen now. I just downloaded an audiobook. I do have Quicksilver by Callie Hart on my phone, but like I honestly have not been able to get into that book. I have it on Kindle Unlimited, and then I also have it on Audible, but like reading and listening, neither are really interesting me, and I feel like I've been listening to the same chapter over and over again because I just can't grasp what's happening. So I'm just gonna put that on pause for now. And I downloaded one of the, what is it called? I forget what the series is called. Oh yes, the Crimson Moth duology. I've heard Emmy Rossum talk about this a lot. I've been watching a lot of her book videos, and so I am going to listen to the first one, which is Heartless Hunter. This is by Kristen Ciccarelli, I think. And yeah, so let's put my headphones on and let me actually show you what the pantry looks like because it's so scary. These are my pantries. I have a single one and then I have this double one here. This is the one we are going to tackle. I already dealt with that one. Like when I tell you there's just so much stuff in here. When we moved in, I just like shoved stuff everywhere and just wanted it out of my face. And that probably wasn't the best idea, but like at the time it seemed right. But now it's like almost a year later and we still haven't dealt with this cabinet. So it's time to get her done, even though I don't want to. Let's lock the heck in and let's get this pantry done so we can get to more fun stuff like building my chair and setting up my office. So I finished the pantry and I had some lunch and also some cheesecake, and now I'm gonna work on cleaning and taking down the Christmas decorations from the office so that I have a clean space to work with, because I have a lot of like gifts over there that I have to still open, and wrapping paper that I gotta put away, and a whole bunch of bins and stuff that I gotta put in the basement. So I think the first thing that I'm gonna do is start bringing stuff to the basement and then grab a bin while I'm down there to put in all the Christmas decorations, because I don't have a bin that's big enough for the decorations that I have bought this season. So I'm gonna put everything into just a bigger bin. That way I don't have two bins. So the fall stuff and like the all season stuff, I'm gonna all put in one bin, except the all season stuff's gonna be taken out because I'm gonna put that back in my office. I'm so sad to take them down because it's like, it's giving so cutie vibes, but it's time. It's time for the Christmas decorations to come down. I still want to celebrate the holidays and like embrace the holidays, but no more Christmas decorations. Set up my candle warmer lamp and I'm so excited because I have one in my room. I think you guys have probably seen it before, but I really want one in my office. I have this like phobia of like setting my house on fire with candles, and given the amount of times that I light candles, which is literally like once a day, I knew that I wanted one in here because I'm in here a lot more. And I think I mentioned that I did order a candle warmer lamp for the office when I bought the one for my room, but I just didn't think I needed both at the time because I didn't know if I would love the candle warmer. but I literally am obsessed with it. So I asked for one for Christmas and I got one, so I'm excited. And this one matches with the office more. The other one I have is more like a dark oak wood, and this one is more of a birch. So I'm very excited to use this because I love candles, and this is one of my favorite candle scents. It is A Day at the Cafe from Bath & Body Works. I just took it back out because I took all of the Christmas decorations down, and it just smells so good. Like, this reminds me of when I used to work in fall, like as if that was so long ago. Literally, it was only a couple months ago. But what I'm saying is this makes the candle last so much longer and you get so much more burn time out of it. So like if it's like a 14-hour burn time candle, like it's literally going to be like 1 million hours candle warmer style. And this one I just think matches the office so much better. And I'm so excited. Jacob got me this for Christmas. And I'm very, very excited to unbox her. I need a new pair of scissors, so I definitely want to go to Michael's. I might go to Michael's today. It's 3 o'clock, we'll see. I don't want to be in rush hour on a Friday, so we'll see with that. And I think you can raise this. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna plug her in. It's gonna go over there by my, what's it called? Munbin label printer. It's been quite the day of cleaning, reorganizing, and building stuff. My hands, they're looking extremely rough. Okay, I need to get some cuticle oil on these bad boys because they're bothering me. But anyway, we got our chair. I'm sitting on it right now. Let me see if I can show you guys better of like how I can sit on this chair. You guys are kind of, my head's gonna be cut off. But I am obsessed. I changed the setting on the bottom of the chair so that it doesn't like tilt back. I still have to do it more, but I was literally gonna like fall off because I like to like rest my back on the chair. But anyway, it's perfect. The size of the bottom is like perfect for my legs. I've been sitting cross-legged. Okay, my knees on the desk, but I've been sitting cross-legged for a while now just on my phone, and I actually love this chair. The only thing that I think I'm gonna add is just a pillow for my back so that when I am like sitting at my desk, because I do tend to lean forward a little bit, I think I'm just gonna get like a pillow so that I can prop myself up here so that I'm like this instead of being like that, because I feel like my back will just tend to do that. But anyway, we're almost done unboxing all the new stuff. I'm gonna set up my marker storage. I still have no idea where it's gonna go. Maybe on that table over there. But I got 2 of the Ohuhu marker organizer things. So I'm gonna put half of my markers from that big set that I got and put it in the storage, and then we're gonna get to doing some other things. So let's set that up, and then I'm gonna work, I think, on my vision board. I kind of want to scroll through Pinterest. I'm in like a Pinteresty mood, so I think I'm going to maybe make a tea, and then we'll sit down and work on our vision board. Filming while I'm on break because I'm doing like 10,000 different things while I'm trying to work, but it's not really work, it's more so just resetting. But I just finished making dinner and eating dinner and cleaning up after dinner, so I've been doing that. I'm loving my new chair so much. It's so comfy and it's so good on my back. The only thing is it doesn't have wheels, so like I kind of have to shimmy it closer to my desk a little. I'm now going to sit and start making my vision board, and I'm super excited. I already have a vision board, it's up here, that I made a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna keep it very similar to that with the same photos, just maybe some more small business photos and a couple more like business related stuff, content related things. That way I can make it tailored to the business, but also keep it the same, because my life and the business are basically one, and I try to like grow with my business and grow personally, which reflects in my business and yada yada yada. So I want to make them the same or like as similar as possible, but still make this specific vision board more of like a business focused one. Last night I finished doing both of the vision boards. I like to do a vision board for my laptop wallpaper, and I also like to do a vision board for my iPad wallpaper. And then I like to change my iPhone, my work phone wallpaper to like whatever monthly wallpaper I do for Patreon. And then on my phone, I just have my wallpaper of Jacob and I, which stays the same throughout the whole year. Anyway, I don't know why I explained all that, but anyway. So let's go over my vision board and kind of some of the photos and what they signify, and then also what some of my goals are for 2025. And then we're gonna go into like the review section of December's goals versus January 2025 goals. So I'm gonna be looking at my laptop here of my vision board, but I'm gonna put the vision board on the screen for you guys so you guys can see. I'm gonna shimmy over to the side here, so I'll place it up here. I love this vision board. It's very similar to the one that I created on the physical vision board, which is like right up there on my desk. But I'm super excited. I did add a couple more photos to this one, and let's kind of just talk about it. So let's start with the bottom left-hand corner. So I have some photos of just orders and kind of like a truck full of orders. This is just kind of manifesting like a consistent volume of sales for me, and you know, getting orders on launch day and having my collections do really well. Those are kind of the photos I picked for that. Then I have kind of like a lady in an office, and this is just manifesting a bigger office space or my own office space at some point in the future. I really love having it at home, but I definitely know that eventually I'm going to need a bigger space. So manifesting that for 2025. Then I have like a phone on a tripod filming some like props. This photo kind of signifies more content creation and filming more of my life and getting just better at posting more content on my social media platforms. I really want to grow the content side of my business and help supplement my income with content creation and brand sponsorships and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm really wanting to pour my energy into in 2025, alongside obviously my website and my brand. So we have that, and then I have some coloring pages and some markers. This is just more trying to relax at night and embrace some of my hobbies that aren't necessarily related to my business, but also just creative hobbies, and trying to really find that work-life balance for myself. I have these words that says every experience is working in my favor. Just some words of affirmation for the year, and try to remember that, you know, every experience is a learning experience, whether it is good or bad. So just trying to embrace what the year throws at me. Then I have some sewing pictures of like a girl sewing in like a cozy vintage home and just like a sewing machine. I also have down kind of like in the middle bottom, I have a girl sewing as well, and she's sewing what looks like to be like a blazer, and I definitely want to try sewing some clothes in 2025. So let's see if I can actually get to that. Then I also have another sewing photo, but this is more like a workspace kind of vibe. I really want to embrace like getting some fake plants in here and making it more like that, just not real plants, because I get really sick really often, and I feel like just like the bacteria from plants might not be good for me. Then I have the YouTube play button. I would love to get the YouTube plaque and grow our YouTube community to 100,000 followers and more, and just continue to grow my brand and my personal brand as my channel evolves and we change it up a little bit here. So I'm really excited for all the opportunities that I'm gonna have with YouTube. YouTube has been literally one of the best things that have ever happened to my business, my brand, and I'm really excited to kind of grow and just grow the community that we're building over here. I'm just so excited. So that is one of the things I want to do. And then I also have just a little cake that says 100K. I really want to grow my social media platforms. And I know like I really try to not focus so much on the number side of things, but I would love to hit these milestones just kind of from like a creator standpoint. But I also just want to grow my social media in general, like engagement, grow more quality followers and customers and meet new people. I love the fact with social media that I can meet people and they've actually become my friends over time. So that's like one of like my biggest pluses from social media is that I've met some of my really good friends through there. So I definitely want to grow my social media more. And I feel like these photos both symbolize like follower growth, but also just growth in general. Then I have some books because obviously I want to read more. I want to grow my book collection. And I also want to continue to expand my genres that I want to read. I definitely want to read some historical fiction, some nonfiction, just a whole bunch of different types of genres next year, some classics as well. Then I also have some baking and cooking. I want to really be in my baking, cooking girl era. I definitely started to cook a lot more this year, and I definitely want to take that into 2025 and try to be more creative and think outside the box with my meals. But I also want to learn how to bake. I really want to learn how to bake croissants before the new year, so hopefully I get to that. But I do want to definitely learn to bake in the new year, and then once I do learn the basics of baking and kind of get my technique down, I definitely want to invest in a standing mixer. That's like one of like my biggest purchases for like my life that I want to buy is a stand mixer. So I'm excited for that. I also have some travel photos, so like reading on the beach, and I also have like a girl at the like airport gate with her suitcase. So I really want to do some traveling this year. I work a lot, and some people may say I work too much. I love working, but I also get very overwhelmed and stressed when I push myself too far, too much, too far, and just put too much on my plate. So I definitely want to take a week or two out and travel this year to maybe like Italy or Greece or something like that. I think that would really benefit me. And also I'm so young, so I still want to travel and experience and not just work. And then I think, oh, I also have like this little like desk setup with a coffee and a notebook, AirPods. This just signifies getting out of my space more and embrace coffee shop works or just working at places that aren't my office. And now this isn't always possible because I'm doing a lot of sewing and punch needling, but whenever I have admin work, I would love to try to get out of my house a little bit just for a change of scenery, and because I'm always within these four walls of my office and I feel like it's beneficial for me to kind of get out a little bit. And then that's pretty much it. I have a couple words that says don't spend another year doing the same shit, and that is just kind of a reminder to like break out of my not so good habits and start to really implement and force myself essentially to incorporate my healthy habits, and we'll kind of go over those in like the next part. I also have in my business owner era and discipline and consistency. If you guys have been following the blogs, you will know that I have been really struggling with my physical health. Not only just like my skin issues, but also just going to the gym and finding a form of movement that I genuinely enjoy. Now I used to do Pilates, but it's just really expensive and I can't really like justify the amount of money I'm spending per class. It's also really far for me to drive. So I really need to focus on 2025 on finding a form of movement that one is financially smart, but also that I enjoy doing and that I don't dread doing every day. So that's something I definitely want to focus on and kind of put my energy into in the first beginning of the year while business is slower and I don't have a lot on my plate. Well, I always have a lot on my plate, but while things are not so busy, I would love to kind of focus my energy on that. I feel like Christmas time is literally the most busiest and hectic time, but also at the same time, the coziest and most relaxing time all at the same time. So anyway, we just had some people come over and I just had to take a break from filming. So now that I've shown you guys my vision board, I want to go over some of the goals and reflect on last month's goals, or well, technically this month's goals because I'm filming this in December. But okay, let's go over goals because I'm so excited to chat about goals. Okay, let's scroll down here. Okay, so let's look at December's goals. Again, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you, but I'm going to be looking at my laptop because I can't remember. I can't memorize all this stuff. So in December, we set 3 goals for ourselves to post more short form videos 3 times a week and start ordering new inventory for the new year and also apply to one of a kind spring. So I actually completed 2 out of 3 of these goals, which is actually a slay. I did post more short term. Oh my God. more short form videos, and I also started ordering the inventory for the new collection. We actually have one of these shipments coming in, so I'm so excited. I just paid the duties fee, so it should be here maybe next week, maybe the week after. I'm not sure. With all the holidays and stuff, I feel like it might be the week after next week, so we'll see, but they're coming and I'm so excited because I was really nervous that this shipment would not arrive in time for the collection, just because with like manufacturing delays and stuff like that, also all the postal service stuff. So anyway, I'm excited about that. So then I did not apply to a one-of-a-kind spring. I'll talk more about this in a vlog coming soon, but I just think that it's not the right time for me, and I just have other priorities and goals I want to work on, and that will just really hinder my ability to focus on those things. So I think that's something definitely I can try next year in 2026, or maybe even winter of 2025. So my wellness goals for December were to set aside cozy time every night for 15 minutes, do the bear crochet kit, and sign up for yoga or start doing yoga at home. And with this, I also completed 2 out of the 3 wellness goals. I did set aside cozy time. I did say every day for at least 15 minutes, but I consider a goal done if I work mostly towards doing that and implementing that kind of lifestyle in that month and really focus on prioritizing that goal, which I did. And I did set aside cozy time like at least 3 times a week, which in my opinion, I feel like that's definitely a goal checked off and definitely some more proof that I am implementing that type of thing. And then I also did end up doing the bear crochet kit. I didn't finish it, but I definitely started it. It's so much harder than you would think. I barely finished the head of the bear and I still have so much more to do, but I'm working on it. And so I definitely think that I get to check that off because I started it and it was so fun. But crochet for me is really difficult, and that's one of the things I think that I want to focus on more as a hobby, because I definitely do not foresee myself bringing any crochet items in the shop for at least another year and a half. Then signing up for yoga or doing yoga at home. I didn't get a chance to do this December, and I didn't do any yoga at home yet, at least not right now. I think I definitely want to implement this in 2025 because I think right now things are just really hectic and 2025 is literally in like 4 days. Now let's go over my January goals, and then we're going to go over some of my quarterly goals for the year. So in January, I have 3 goals. I want to create a new line of text-based bookish stickers. I want to make all of my graphics and platforms cohesive to this new era of blush. Just have everything kind of match right now, like my YouTube and my Instagram and my Pinterest and my website. They're all kind of like mismatched right now, and I just want the branding to like be cohesive across all the platforms. And I also want to film 1 to 2 more elaborate videos, like more storytelling vibes, on my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram. I am planning to start a new series on YouTube. If you guys have been following along the current series, it is Building a Business in Your 20s. So we're going to kind of have like season 2 of that series. And this, I kind of just mean I want to film like some more videos that involve storytelling. And with this new series that I'm going to be filming, I really want to go through all of the different aspects of, say for example, planning a launch or developing a new collection, or what it's like to work when you're dealing with health issues or just things like that, and kind of show that in a video while also filming a series. If that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but you guys will hopefully see if I can successfully do this goal. Now for my wellness goals for January, I want to work out 2 times a week, and that could be anything: walking, doing a yoga class at home, going to a yoga class outside, going to the gym, but I want to at least get 2 workouts in a week. I used to work out a lot, and ever since injuring myself, I have been kind of using my injury as an excuse as to why I can't go back to the gym and why I feel demotivated to go back. So I really just want to stop making excuses as to why I don't want to go back to the gym and just go there. The hardest part is starting, so I just need to keep telling myself that I will feel much better once I get back into the groove of things. And even though when I first start going, it's going to feel awkward, weird, and strange, and I'm probably going to feel really sad because I don't have as much muscle as I used to, I still need to just get back in there, and I will get back to where I was before and be even better than I was the first time around. I also want to aim for 3 home cooked meals Monday to Friday, which means basically no eating out Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday are days where I like to go out with Jacob and we like to go out for dinner or go out for lunch. So I don't want to restrict myself that way, but I would like to cook more meals at home, even if it's just a sandwich for lunch or something small for breakfast. I still want to just aim for more cooking at home because I've been very lazy the last couple of months with ordering out a lot of food that isn't necessarily good for me and doesn't make me feel my best. So I definitely want to get back into cooking, or at least planning out what meals I'm going to make for the week. I find it's easier, and it also makes grocery shopping easier. Then I want to read or listen to an audiobook for at least 15 minutes every single day in the morning before I start work. I typically usually just get up, get ready, eat something, and then go and start my day. I really want to practice slower mornings, and I want to get my workout in the morning, also read a little in the morning, and maybe start work around 9 o'clock. I think this might help me kind of come down in the morning and just not start the day really overwhelmed and just with a lot of thoughts in my brain. This will also give me time, if I do decide to go to the gym or do yoga, to have a little bit of mindfulness in the morning, especially if I'm going to start my workout with a walk on the treadmill and kind of just start healthy habits from the morning, if that makes sense. So those are my goals and wellness goals for January. So let's go over my quarterly goals for 2025. Now I plan on adding some more as the quarters go on. So this is kind of the base of what I want to start with. And this is basically just like business stuff, and I'm really excited to go over them. So let's go over my 2025 quarterly goals. For quarter one, I have a focus on staying aligned with my New Year's goals and making steps to form good habits. This is more so like my overall goal for the quarter, because this is the moment or the time when it's super easy to get caught up with your New Year's resolutions and this new year, new me kind of thing. And you're like doing so good for the first couple weeks of 2025, and then you just fall off and stop striving to complete your goals and make healthy lifestyle changes. So I really want to focus on making an active effort to instill these good habits and lifestyle changes into my life from the beginning, and that way they will carry on throughout the entire year, and stray away from more like just New Year's resolutions and rather just making a lifestyle change, which is much needed in my life for many different reasons. I also want to finish the huge small business Excel sheet that I am working on creating. I had a post do super well and have so many small businesses, I think over like 500 small businesses maybe, commented on that post, their shops, what they sell. So I want to go through that post and continue to add small businesses to that huge list, and hopefully where they're located, so we can have my Canadian girlies, my US girlies, and my international girlies have a huge small business list to pick from. And if they're looking for something in specific, they can go there, filter it, look for something that they're looking for, and hopefully help make it easier and it just even more accessible to shop small and support local makers all year round. Then I want to look into going back to school for something. I feel so lost when I'm not in school. School definitely adds a lot more onto my plate, but I was thinking to maybe enroll in a course or a semester of school for something. I think I have an idea of what I want to go back for, but I want to take a look at what the intake programs are looking like, how much it's going to cost me, and maybe look back into going for a semester to either finish up some of the stuff for HR so I can go write my CHRP in a couple years, or I can look into doing something else, maybe marketing wise, digital illustration wise, something like that. Then in quarter two, I want to start holiday planning for the bigger products that I want to design that are for Q4. So this is really important because I have a lot of ideas on what I want my holiday collection in 2025 to look like. This involves a lot of pre-planning, and this means pre-planning in Q2 for Q4. So that's something I want to focus on. And then in Q2, I also want to focus on enjoying coffee shops and working outside of the office when any admin stuff needs to be done. I mentioned this is going along with my vision board, but I really do want to make getting outside of my office and just getting outside and interacting with people and just kind of romanticizing the boring stuff sometimes, because although small business life isn't always something that you can romanticize, and I don't think that it should be romanticized all the time, because there definitely comes with hardships and it's not easy. But I do think that romanticizing sometimes in some parts of small business life is necessary for my mental health and just making it a little bit more fun. In Q3, I want to host an in-person event or like a ticketed event. I already have ideas for what I'm gonna do, so I definitely want to focus on doing this and making this a priority for the new year. I also want to look into Pilates yoga instructor certification. I would love to have this as something to do. I am somebody who loves to just do a whole bunch of things at once, and I like to just, I don't know, I just like to do so many things, and so I feel like this would be something that would be really useful. And I love Pilates. I just think that maybe having an instructor course would be useful and just fun. So I would love to look into that. And then in Q4, I would love to be able to purchase items off of some people's Christmas wish list or baby registry. I think that that would be really good to do, and I've always wanted to do something like this, and I don't like want to make it a whole big video or anything like that, but I would love to be in a position where I'm able to do that for some people, whether that be customers, friends of friends, people that I just find online. I would love to do that. And then I also want to prep for a small business holiday gift guide on my YouTube and also on my Instagram for some of the shops that are on that big Excel sheet, or just people that reach out to me. I would love to curate something for next year. I feel like I'm always really late to the game and then I can never do it in time. But next year I want to really make the holiday season type of time a priority for helping support other small businesses and just help support other people in general. So those are my goals so far for the 2025 quarterly, and I'm really excited to start building on those goals, start working towards them, and just, I don't know, setting goals just makes me so excited because it makes me have a plan and I'm able to kind of see what I want to accomplish next year. And I feel like this year I'm really serious about really focusing more on the lifestyle change, and then that's going to help me achieve my goals rather than focusing on just getting the goals done, rather than implementing actual long-lasting changes in my life that are going to help me achieve these goals this year, next year, and many more years to come. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on this year, is not so much setting a whole bunch of goals and trying my best to accomplish as many goals as possible. It's more so making those goals and also making changes in my life that will help me achieve those goals, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's making sense at all, but it makes sense in my head. Okay, so now that I've talked for so long, we're gonna get to some other stuff because I feel like I've just been yapping for so long. So now I want to start cleaning up my tech and replacing my phone screen, cleaning my SD cards, relabeling them, getting my downloads folder all cleaned up. So that's what we're gonna do.
Too good to be true. It's all about you. 어떡해? 내 모든 노래 널 향해 가고 있으니까. It's you, yeah, yeah. Baby, it is true. 내 손에 닿은 이 연기에 다른 어떤 말로 설명할 수 없는 거야. All I want is just one kiss. 사라지는 내 이야기. 사가진 꿈처럼 부드러운 lullaby. No fooling around, maybe you're right, maybe it's a fantasy. I don't care what people say, even if you find a way.
Okay, I feel like you guys have been looking at the same corner of my room for a long time, so I figured we'll switch and turn around. Let's go over my stats for 2024 and talk about my financial budget review. So let's start with the budget review from 2024. I'm just gonna pull up the screenshots of the graphs and let's start with the expenses. So in the month of December, my new product category stands at 42% of my total expenses, and that's because I've been ordering a whole bunch of new inventory for 2025 and I'm so excited. Then we have shipping, which is 20.7% of my expenses, which is actually crazy. We had such an amazing Black Friday and holiday launch, so that is why it's so high. I spent 18.6% on fabric. I spent 8.6% on yearly subscriptions and just monthly subscriptions, 3.4% on supplies, 4.5% on office furniture, and 1.6% on fees, and then less than 1% on digital files. It's only because I bought one font this month. Now, in terms of revenue, 37.7% goes to Shopify, my online store, which is so crazy to see the growth that we've experienced throughout the entire year. If you guys have been following along the reset videos, you will have seen the growth of my online store kind of take over in the past couple of months, and it's so fun to see. Then we have sponsorships at 30.1%, then YouTube at 22.6%, we have Etsy at 5.2%, Faire at 2.4%, and Patreon at 2%, which is actually crazy because for the last, I want to say like 6 months of the year, or like the beginning 6 months of the year, Faire has been my top revenue source, and to see how drastically that has changed in the last 6 months of the year, where now my online store and my content and YouTube has been really supplementing my income and just the ability to fund my business. It's so crazy, and it really just goes to show how things can change within a year and how focusing your energy and prioritizing different aspects of your business can really change the way that you make money in your business, but also it reflects your passion. And my passions are creating content and also sewing and creating beautiful book products for you guys. So I really have just kind of felt super like fulfilled and like I'm in the right space when it comes to my business, and I feel like I'm finally finding my footing only like almost 5 years later, which is crazy because of going into next year, it will be my 5th year in business, which is literally crazy. So I am so excited and proud of the growth that we've experienced both monetarily and just in general with the business. So yeah, now let's go on to my 2024 business wrap up. I'm so excited to kind of talk about this. I got this idea from Kendra from Can You Believe It? She does this every year, and I love looking at her stats and seeing how well her business is doing. So I am going to do my own version of this and kind of take inspiration from her wrapped. So let's start with the places that we've shipped to this year. I have shipped 58% of orders to Canada, which is actually crazy because I feel like I ship to the US more than I do Canada, but I guess not. Then 37.7% of orders are shipped to the US, 2.8% is shipped to Great Britain, and 1.4% is shipped to Australia. That's kind of crazy though, like that we have some international people in there. So cool. Then let's go on to our best-selling products of the year. I actually was kind of shocked at this one. I didn't actually look at the stats prior to doing this video, and I don't think any other year I've really looked at stats like this, so let's go over them. The top selling product from this year was the Daisy Mug Rug Kit, and then right underneath that was the Snowflake Mug Rug Kit. Those did astronomically well this year. I am actually blown away. I did not even think they did as well as they did. Then another shocker for me was the Blind Dates with a Book. Those did so well, and that would be the bundle with the bookmarks and stickers. Then we have book sleeves at number 4, and then I was only going to do 5, but I felt like it was necessary to add the next 2. So tufted card coasters is the 5th most, like the best product of the year, and then right under that is the Book Girly Box, which also shocked me because I didn't even this was launched like in November, and it was in the top 6 best products of 2024. That's crazy. Now let's go over just some random stats that I decided to pull. So this year we had a 33% increase in revenue compared to 2023. And this one I'm not shocked about. I kind of figured that we would have a pretty decent yearly revenue increase because last year was one of the slower years for my business where I didn't do as well with the business. So this one didn't shock me as much, but it's really cool to see like a 33% increase. It's 1/3 increase. Wow. Then I shipped over 480 orders this year, and that just is orders that I've shipped. That doesn't include like pop-up orders, so that's actually nuts. Then we have over $3,000 in shipping costs. Now that may seem like a lot to some people, and then to some people that may seem like a little amount, and that's just based on where people are with their business, but to me that is a lot of money. However, not all of this money comes out of my pocket. I think I probably spent maybe at most like $350, $400 of my own money to cover any additional shipping costs, because I do charge a flat rate shipping on my website, and I can go more into depth about shipping and all that in another video. But that money is, customers have paid that, but it's still kind of cool to see, like, and I guess from a customer's perspective as well, to see how much in shipping it costs a business to just run and ship orders, especially like being a smaller business. So that's kind of crazy. Then we had over 1,700 items ordered, and that doesn't mean orders, it means individual items. So like 3 bookmarks and 5 bookmarks in one order, those would each individually be counted as an item. So that's also crazy. I feel like I keep saying that, but it is. Then I attended 7 pop-ups this year. I decided to keep my pop-up list short and sweet this summer because I really didn't want to overwhelm myself, and it's very hard to keep up with online and do pop-ups at the same time, especially because a lot of my products take so long to make. So I found myself getting very overwhelmed with doing wholesale pop-ups and also doing my online store last year, so I tried to keep it small this year. Next year I have a couple of changes I want to do for my pop-up season next summer, so stay tuned for some more vlogs about that. But those are kind of like my fun stats. And then the last stat I wanted to go over with you guys was my top revenue sources of 2024. It's kind of cool to see this all as a wrap up for the end of the year because it's changed so drastically month to month, which again is really cool to see with these types of videos, because I feel like sometimes with small business life, I feel people think that, you know, our month to month is the same and, you know, we're making a ton of money from sponsorships or from brand deals or from YouTube or online store, etc., etc. So I feel like doing these videos and seeing how like drastic my monthly revenue changes based off of which platforms I'm focusing on or what I'm doing in my business, if I'm doing a launch, if I'm doing more content wise. So it's really cool to see, but now I'm gonna stop talking and let's go and do the 2024 revenue breakdown. So let's start with the least amount and go to the top. So let's start with my Patreon, which is 1.5% of my entire yearly income. I would love to grow my Patreon in 2025. That's one of like my goals, which I don't have that written down, but anyway, I do want to grow it in 2025, and I really am prioritizing the podcast on there and also giving you guys some really useful small business goodies and bookish stuff as well. So again, self-plug, if you want to check out my Patreon, the link is down below, and you can give it a free trial for 7 days before you pledge your $4. So then we have Etsy at 4% of my yearly income. Then we have then we have sponsorships at 8.1%, YouTube at 15.2%, Shopify at 31.6%, and Fair at 39.6%. So that is my 2024 business wrap up. 2024 has been one of the years for the books. I think that I've experienced a lot of highs and lows this year. I've really had to learn how to overcome a lot of challenges, but also this has been a year of growth and so many learning opportunities and just so many new opportunities and avenues for my business that I'm so excited to explore in 2025. And I can't wait to share all that with you guys. And when I have more news and more ability to share about the different projects that I've been working on, I can't wait to have the go ahead to share those. So if you are keeping along with my journey and continuing to join me into 2025 so we can work on our businesses, work on our cozy hobbies, just work on making our 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s the best years of our lives. Now we are going to come around to the wonderful section that I love to call Bookish Corner. Why'd I do this with my hands? Bookish Corner. So I am still not done reading for this month. We are on December 28th and I'm still reading. I'm listening to 2 books. I'm reading a book. And I'm reading a physical book. So this isn't going to be my full wrap up, but fear not. One of my goals for 2025 is to bring more of my bookish videos onto here instead of having 2 different channels. So I'm going to be doing a full wrap up for December in a separate video. So stay tuned, fear not. I will give my whole thoughts, every single book, all the rundowns in that video. So with all that being said, that was my little preface. Now let's go on the books that I read this month. Let me just quickly count. Okay, so far I've read 11 books this month. Now that does seem like a lot, but a good handful of these have been novellas or just really short books, like 250 pages or less. So that's why I think it's so high, because I really wanted to finish my reading goal. So I've just been reading short and sweet books all month. Anyway, I started the month by reading The Housemaid is Watching. I gave that 4 stars, and that's by Frida McFadden. Such a good way to end the series. Then I read Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, and oh my god, if you guys don't know, that Magnolia Park series is one of my favorite series ever. And now that I finished the series, I think there's more books coming out, but right now I finished it and I'm so unwell. I rated that 6 stars. Then I read the little novella from the Housemaid series, which is The Housemaid's Wedding, and I rated that at 3 stars. Then I read My December Darling by Lauren Asher, and oh my god, you guys, that was a novella. My voice is like shaking. That was a novella, but it was so good. I don't think I've enjoyed a holiday novella like that in my entire life. That book had me giggling, kicking my feet on the train. I started and finished it on the train on the way to the Christmas market downtown. And I wanted to literally get up and run around the train just smiling and screaming because it made me so happy. And I don't know, that's just such a weird like depiction of my feelings, but like, I don't know, it was just so good. I rated that 4.5 stars. Then I read All by My Elf and Merry Ever After and Cruel Winter with You and Merriment and Mayhem. That was a lot. Those are part of a 5-book little mini series. I think each book was like less than 100 pages. So All by My Elf, I rated 2 stars. I really didn't enjoy that. I honestly don't even remember what happened in the book. well, not the book, it was literally like 60 pages, but I didn't really like that book. Then I read Mary Ever After, and I rated that a 3.5 stars, and I think this one was by Tessa Bailey, I think. Then I read Cruel Winter with You, which was by Ali Hazelwood, and that one was cute. I rated that a 4 stars. I thought it was really good. I always love a good, like, hate to love trope. Like, I'm a sucker for that, so like I think that's why I rated it so high. Then I read Den of Vipers, which was literally Wattpad on steroids. Now that book was interesting, okay? It's reverse harem, which I don't really read that often, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm into, but that book was literally like just straight smut. I was like, oh my god, what are we doing? Where's the plot? I'm lost. I'm confused. Literally, I think what I wrote on my Goodreads was Wattpad on steroids. I think I saw that in a review somewhere, but that's like literally the perfect way to describe this book. If you just want pure smut, no plot, go read that book, because that's literally what it was. There was absolutely no plot. I don't even know what the point of the book was. But yeah, I rated that at 2.5 stars. That's all I gotta say about that one. Then I read The Christmas Countdown, and this one was a really, really cute book. This one was by Holly Cassidy, and it was basically like a book where this girl, I forget her name now, but the main character, her sister, they live together, and her sister set up this like advent calendar for her to do, and it was tasks and treats, and basically the sister would have to go and open each day and do the either task or the treat, and she meets this guy at the very beginning of the book, and they kind of end up having to do it together, and it's just so cute, and I really love that book. It's just so cute. Then I read Hostile for the Holidays. I don't remember who this is by. It actually doesn't have a lot of reviews, and it isn't like a super popular book, but I loved this book, okay? It has like friends to lovers, hate to love kind of thing, and they're like childhood friends, or rather they weren't friends, but they know each other from childhood, and then they meet again, and it's just like a cute holiday book, but like it was written so well. There was communication, like this was one of my favorite holiday books this year, and I don't normally like holiday books, and I don't usually buy too many or read too many because I feel like they can just get very repetitive and just very corny for me. But I love this book. I think this is probably one of my favorite books from the month. All like Magnolia Parks aside, one of my favorite books this month, and I'm so glad I read it. I rated it a 4.5 stars. And those are all the books that I finished so far. I'm currently listening to The Crimson Moth, the first book. I forget the name of it, but I'm listening to the first book in that series on Audible. And then I'm reading, what am I reading? I am reading God of Malice by Rena Kent, okay? I've heard so many people rave about this book, and it is on the darker romancier side. Like, actually not on the darker romance. It is dark romance, okay? And you know what? I'm kind of eating it up, so if that says the kind of person I am, I don't know. Anyway, and then I'm also going to start The Love of My Afterlife by Christy Greenwood, because that's my book club book of the month, and we're almost at the end of the month and I haven't started. So anyway, that is my yearly reset, let's reset for 2025 video. I'm so excited to start the new year. Like, I'm really excited, okay? I feel like I have really just been embracing my time off and enjoying just living the slow girl life and doing absolutely nothing. It has been so nice, and right after this, I'm going to set up my Nintendo Switch that I got for Christmas because I'm so excited, because I want to play all the cozy games and just really enjoy embracing the not doing anything, because I don't get to do this very often. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and spending a couple days with me while I reset my business and just my life for 2025. I have so many fun videos and exciting things to share and to show you guys in the new year. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and I hope that the new year brings nothing but good things and amazing vibes for you, and you have a wonderful New Year's and you stay safe. Thank you again for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you can join the Queenie community and also can keep up with my weekly studio vlogs and extra small business tips every single week. So I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye!